Devilman Crybaby, a Netflix original.
Why do I hear a baby in the background?
No one fucking cares. And it's a show that we all have watched now. Took us a little bit to get together. So yeah, we're gonna fucking talk about it. Alright, characters. Should we go least important to most important?
I guess, I don't know. This is yours.
Alright.
You said least important to
Most important, yeah. Just
most
like
important?
Yeah, like the general Makamura family, Toru, the dad, mom, and then the Silene, Miko, Koda, Miki, Akira, and then Ryo.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Alright. What's our general thoughts on the Makamura family? Without giving anything
fuck
away.
about them until they died.
I think stop. The Makamura family is actually like they like show like really big importance like halfway into the season because they take Akira in as like their own kid.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Nakamura family is, without giving too much away, is like represents the exact opposite of Ryo.
Mm-hmm.
And like how they're all Catholics and all that. They have a painting of the
Last
Supper in their living room.
Mm-hmm. They just represent that like that wholesome like family.
Yes.
That like Ryo cannot give Akira.
Family.
Yeah. DP, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright,
Rest
next
my
up,
case.
Silene. The first main
Silene,
like person Ryo has to fight against. Or not kill Ryo, Akira has to fight against as Amon mixed Akira.
Wait, that's the one that was like getting all freaky out on the balcony,
That
right?
is the whole freaky with Akira, and then Akira fucks her over.
I wasn't
a
in
few
the
other
balcony.
But I
was
think
in,
it's
like, the
because
market.
Silene is in love with Amon, who
Yes.
is who possessed Akira.
Akira
So she's actually only interested in
Amon.
what?
Yo, Selene's hot, bro. She got big titties, fat ass,
Yeah, the dummy thing.
and she's a two-spot.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't really think like she was an interesting character.
She
For the
wasn't important.
The episode she was in is not that too special.
I don't know, man.
Really, it was really just a one-off for me. Nothing too crazy to write home about.
No.
What was Celine?
She was important for
Silene.
like 3 episodes.
Not
Like
even
they
just
introduced her,
an
and then 2
episode.
episodes later she died.
Yeah,
Cause she
essentially.
ass.
So, all right, next up we got Miko.
Miko was obsessed with Miki.
Back.
Low key in love with Miki.
I wouldn't say low key.
I didn't like her demon thing. Like, what the fuck was that? Was that a fucking?
Like a spider type of thing.
That was
Looked like
freaky
a
as
fucking
fuck.
praying mantis.
Yeah, I didn't like that one either, to be honest.
Yeah, her
I don't know.
devil
Okay, I
form's
liked
creepy
it.
as shit.
It was weird.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I thought it was.
The design's pretty
weird.
cool, but it is freaky because it's a devil spider thing. I wouldn't want
Yeah.
that thing anywhere.
Like fucking 20 feet tall.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it was like a mixture of like a spider and a praying mantis all in one.
Right, and I liked how she was good to Miki and Akira towards the end of the story.
Her character was introduced as someone who was very envious
Fucking
of
dickhead.
Miki
Yeah, absolutely.
and would do anything to
Bitch.
like overstep Miki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell,
And so,
even
like,
taking
when-
on a devil man.
Yeah, when she became a devil man, her whole purpose was to be better than Miki.
Yeah.
Have her
Yep.
name reclaimed.
As Miki.
Yeah,
She
as
wanted her
Miki.
name to be Miki.
Because she was never better than Miki.
So they call
Yeah.
her Miko.
Right, next character we have Koda, the
Yo, fuck that cunt.
fuck him.
Okay, I think Koda's character was introduced just to because he was the first one.
He was
To become a
introduced, like,
devil
in
man.
the first episode.
Yeah, technically he was.
Yeah. So I think that he was just a character to.
For Rio to expose or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Show
He
to
was.
the
He was Rio's puppet, honestly.
Yep. Pretty much,
No.
I hated him towards the
Rio's
end.
puppet.
Well, Akira
was-
tried to stir him in the right direction, but Rio just got Dakota and he went towards the demon side.
You mean
Yeah.
steer?
Same thing.
I will.
You said stir.
Shut
I
up.
will kill you.
Stir fry.
Yeet. Fat ass. Alright. Next we have Miki Nakamura.
Miki, wholesome,
Ooh.
beautiful, amazing. I love her.
A solid person. She keep it a $1.50.
But she
You keep it a $1.50.
Got purple hair and them nice eyes.
Yeah. I really got nothing more to add on to that. Next we have main man Akira.
Hey.
Akira was just fighting his demons the whole time, literally.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he wanted to be so good, but Rio, all Rio wanted from him was he had just bad intentions for Akira.
I didn't think Rio
It
knew
was like
how to do it properly.
Akira was Rio's puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. Well, and I think it goes back to them like knowing each other for so long and like being friends for so long
yeah.
that Rio felt that Akira would do anything that Rio said, but Akira
yeah.
was able to see through Rio and like what his true intentions were.
Yeah, but
And he
like-
stayed true to himself and stayed
'Cause
like
he's
on the
literally
right
the
side.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
strongest devil man.
That was fucked up at the beginning when he tried to kill the cat.
It was.
The cat was already dead.
It
Like a
doesn't
dog.
matter. It was a cat, dumbass.
Look like
Yeah.
And I
I know
think
it don't matter.
that whole scene though, the whole scene with the cat, it really like showed both characters and like who they truly were like on the inside.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like how good Akira is in his heart, and then how
'cause he's a
Bad
woman.
Ryu was. Or
How
Ri-
about Rio?
Rio.
This is Street Fighter.
Look, I'm a Street Fighter kid, okay?
Yeah.
I actually thought it was Ryu because I watched the sub and it's spelled Ryu.
See?
Yeah.
See?
So
I'm not wrong.
And last, but no, certainly least, fucking Rio.
Okay.
I wanted to like him in the beginning, and then I hated him towards the end.
Yeah, he was like that character for me. Was like I wanted to like him,
I didn't like him at all.
and then he just.
I liked their friendship. I
Tanked
wanted
it.
their friendship to like be something great, but Rio just really went complete opposite of Akira, and so I just ended up hating him. And then of
Yeah.
course he's the devil, so
Yeah, he
Well,
just-
see, for me, I thought he was like an angel.
yeah, you did. You actually thought he was an angel the whole time.
I thought he was an angel the entire time.
because he
until, like, it
dresses in
started
white
getting-
and shit.
That, and also
Blonde
like
hair,
because he was
blue eyes.
bringing all the demons out too. So it's like, well, he has to be doing it for a reason.
But you don't.
But
think
then, like
angels-
towards the ending
well,
of it, it was
alright.
like, oh, hold on.
bullshit. He is.
Satan.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, technically, he is an angel then.
I mean, I never
Yeah.
really liked him from the
So-
beginning. I could tell that there was nothing good about him, just because of the way he acted and what he said.
All right, we got all the main characters out of the way. Now we're gonna do the major plot points throughout. The first plot point: Rio and Akira meet and go to the Sabbath, where Akira becomes a devil man. Episode 1. I need you. Thoughts about it?
So I think that Rio and Akira, like, coming back together after obviously they've spent some time apart.
Yep.
They have known each other for a very long time, and them coming together, Rio uses it as he's very blunt about it, and he's very blunt about what they're going to this club for. They
Yeah.
like Akira
To
knows what he's
expose
getting
demons
in.
and shit.
Yeah, he knows what he's getting into. And I think that shows like their friendship and like their connection and how much that
Trust each
Akira
other.
really trusts Rio. And I mean the whole Sabbath, that whole
Yeah.
scene was insane. I mean, Akira basically didn't even realize that Rio was killing people on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
another
yeah.
thing is though, how did it make him turn into a devil man?
Yeah, the bloodlust
How did
brings in
they
the
Yeah,
know?
devil,
lost.
and the
So,
devil man's
the
takeover.
The demons are
vulnerable
attracted to like the blood and all of that.
But the devils take over like vulnerable people. People feel
Right.
Yeah,
weak.
and Akira is vulnerable because he is good. He has a good heart.
I mean, he just can't do anything about it, so he just feels like weak and vulnerable all the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was
episode
Rio's
1.
plan. And it was Rio's plan the whole time because he knew that Akira was that way, and he knew that he was trying to get Eamon into him the whole time.
Yeah,
Like
episode
that
1.
whole thing was set up.
Like balls deep in it.
Yeah, episode 1 for me was a very strong story, especially with everything that it was. Like, it was a whole ass. I didn't
You
expect.
got a lot of the plot in the first episode.
I didn't expect
I
to
didn't.
see. I'll be honest.
Some of it just went like, some of it blew past me. I was just surprised. Like,
Because there
there's
was
a
like
lot of
giant-ass
cartoon titties.
titties out on the
Yeah,
screen.
I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
when they enter, at first, and the lady offers them drugs.
There's some drugs. There's some people fucking. And what the hell's happening here?
They're just like, yo, I want to go here,
You wanna go to the Sabbath
not
and
to get possessed.
Well, I think
die.
something that happens. What are you doing?
Whose food's ready?
I hit the wrong button.
Anyways.
Anyway.
In the first episode, you meet Rio. You learn about their friendship. He goes to the Sabbath and he gets possessed. And not only that, but also Akira goes back to the Makimara family. And you learn that Akira is not with his father and mother.
Right.
Because they're off exploring the world.
They're off saving people, being medics.
Yeah. So you actually learn a lot about what's going on in the show in the first episode.
I also think the title of the episode, I Need You, says a lot. Because Akira is like, I think that's saying Akira needs Rio and vice versa.
Well, and it's also, I think it's they both need each other because Rio
Yeah.
needs Akira and Akira also needs,
Rio.
he needs Rio.
Yeah.
I really thought like either Rio, whatever. Okay, look, calm down. I thought like I low key thought like he was either an angel or like he was just like I need you. Like
He honestly thought that Rio and Akira were having like a relationship together.
Like
Oh,
Hoda and the
like,
one guy.
fucking.
And you know, honestly, you can get that vibe.
Yeah.
It's
You can get the
very
vibe that
vibe.
Rio is in love with Akira.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, maybe he was. I mean,
They're
It's all up to
definitely
interpretation.
really good friends.
yeah.
I didn't really
it
get
seemed
that
like they were
vibe
really
from
too good of friends.
Like Coda. And that one scene.
Yo.
Ew. Alright, moving on.
Too rough.
Next plot point in episode 4, titled Come Akira. And the plot point I have down is where Akira's mom turns into a devil and Akira has to overcome his emotions.
Dad.
It's his mom.
It's his dad and his mother. Basically,
well,
his dad turned into a demon, and he ate his mother.
Alright. We're
Nah, it's just
Splitting
what
hairs
do they
here.
call it, a mask?
A death mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, I didn't see like why he was getting so bent up out of shape.
Well,
Because the
that's
death
different
mask
for
was
you.
talking.
Yeah, but still, it's like, hey, she's already dead.
But he didn't know that when it first happened. It wasn't until like they had words exchanged that she said, "I'm already dead. It's okay."
Yeah, but even
Yeah.
at that point, whenever the demon is like absorbed you almost, it's like, hey, you're gone, so it might as well.
Yeah, but that's still...
That's just my mentality. That's my head. That's where I'm
Right.
like, hey,
But
But at the same
like
time,
if you're
it's also
if it's like a zombie apocalypse and it's like, well, you're walking at me, like, I'm gonna shoot you in
But
the
at the
face.
same time, it is his mother and his father. He has not seen them
Yes.
in a very long time, so that was very emotionally like
Oh, yeah.
scarring
He's
for
gonna
him.
hug her and everything.
Like he didn't get to see them for the last time. The last time, I mean, this is the first time he's seeing them in however long they've been
I'm guessing
gone.
since he was a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
since he
he's
was
been with the
4.
Makamara family for a very long time. They've accepted him as a son.
See, like, I can get that, but still, like, it's gone.
Well, it's same to you
Like, you're
because,
gone.
like, you don't.
Well, because I'm just
Why?
used to that. Because like it's like the emotional is like, okay, well,
The
she's
emotions are
already
cut
dead.
off when they're dead.
Yeah, it's like you're gone already. It's like deuces.
I don't know. I could. Well, and the worst part is like
At least you got to send him to heaven.
his dad is
Maybe.
a demon, therefore like
Oh, he's fucked.
his dad can come like it's still his dad, and he sees that, and so the struggle is I have to kill both of my parents at once.
Yeah, will you? Like, could he actually do it? And at the end
Yeah.
of the episode,
He
he
was
does it.
he tried
He's
telling
called-
his dad to fight the demon.
he is called a crybaby for a reason.
Right.
He's full of emotions. Therefore,
yeah.
he's overcoming those emotions.
Right, but like, you know, everyone's entitled their point of view. To where it's like, you know, I think it would have been like if it was me in that position, I'd be like, all right.
Well, you're also a cold-hearted son of a bitch. You don't like your parents too, so
I mean, you know,
it is how it is.
yeah.
Moving on from episode 4, we have episode 6. Neither demon nor human, which Rio tries to expose Koda as a Devilman at an important track meet with thousands of people watching, but Akira saves him and exposes Rio's true intentions.
I think that episode was really important because you get the background, all in that episode, you get the background of Koda. You understand what happened to him. You understand.
What he's dealing with.
Yeah, you understand Rio and Akira. Rio actually asking Akira to give him this serum that is going to make his devil form come out, and Akira goes up to Koda, knowing what's going to happen, and antagonizes him, but does not give him the serum. And I think that shows that Akira was making a point that I am not going to do what you want me to do because I know what you're making me do.
Yeah, Akira's not completely Rio's puppet anymore.
Yeah, and that was Akira's first point of I am not going to do everything you want me to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. I also see it as like, well, I mean, Akira knew that he was like a devil man just like him, so like, shit, maybe there's a chance to change him.
Yeah.
And I think that's also why Akira also did not kill him, because Rio told him to kill Koda, and
he tried to like make him see the good and everything.
Yeah, and Akira brought him to the roof of that building. So.
And he helped him for a while.
Yeah, and I think that was Akira showing that you don't have to be what he wants you to be.
Right.
You don't have to live that way.
Right.
You can live your own life.
Yeah. So I think that was a big episode for Akira because that was the first step he took to rebelling against Rio's wishes.
On to the next plot point in episode 7, titled Weak Humans, Wise Demons. Rio uses mass media to spread panic about the devils to cause worldwide hysteria. This is just a episode where Rio goes further into his plans of trying to eradicate the weak humans as titled in the episode. And I find it, what I found about this episode is that it was how clever he was in manipulating everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about Rio?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Rio was very blunt about it, and he basically said that humans are the weaker species, and therefore demons should come forward and show their power.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
I mean, he put fear into the entire human race.
Well, he put fear in the entire human race whenever he unleashed the other dude at the what was his name? In the episode before. Koda, yeah. He was just, I mean, that kind of just, when he televised everything and streamed it all.
Yeah, he introduced devils, and then when he did the whole announcement, basically that was saying that anyone can be a demon.
Yeah.
They can look human, but they're a demon, and therefore that sets up humanity to destroy itself.
Yeah,
because when you have that kind of hysteria, people go to lengths of killing each other because they're paranoid.
They're paranoid,
yeah. And so, basically what Rio did was he set a match to a fire where humanity would ruin itself and destroy itself.
Yep, and
a domino effect.
Oh yeah, and to bounce off that and go into the next plot point, where you can't trust anyone. Towards the end of episode 7, you get to see Toru have demon-like,
yeah, he
traits.
starts behaving like a demon.
Yep, and in episode 8, called I Know Myself, Rio discovers who he truly is, and Miki's dad finds out the truth about his son and wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That episode broke me.
Yes, that episode was extremely sad.
What episode was that? 9?
8.
8?
That is where, Miki's dad finds out Toro is a demon and is devouring his mom in the tent.
Yeah, I think that Rio going back and stating like how he was like discovered and where he came from and everything was a big. It was big in learning about who he was, and you get a bigger hint to who he is, but he doesn't go out and say who he is.
Yeah, who he truly is.
And then the whole Toro thing, it's so sad because his mother knows what's going on, and so she almost takes him into the tent to take care of him, and it's just awful at what happened of him eating his mother. And then of course the father is going through the streets trying to find his family, and when he does eventually find his family, it's completely destroyed.
Yeah, the scene what got me was when it showed Toru's eyes crying because he recognizes his dad.
Yeah. And he knows what he's doing, and he knows it's bad, and he knows that it's not who he wants to be.
He just can't control it.
Yeah.
He looked like a fish.
He was a fish.
Like,
Yeah.
Was a fish?
He was a fish demon. Like, he was meant to look like that.
Oh.
That's a shitty demon. I'd hate
That sucked to be that demon. It looked like he was just sucking on a worm. I'm like, dude.
And the worst, and another thing is like, another thing to point out that a lot of people didn't catch was when he found out that his son was a demon, even though his son was sitting there eating his wife, when the police showed up to kill him, he begged the police not to kill his son.
Please don't shoot! That's my son in there!
I think that speaks volumes to the Makamara family.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because no matter what happens, they will still love each other and they'll still protect each other.
Exactly.
It's fair.
But
And so that shows a lot of character to Miki.
That's also essentially
And why she was completely okay going on.
Oh, yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
In episode 9, titled "Go to Hell, You Mortals," Miki tries to defend the Devilman. I just remember this episode.
Exposes him.
Nope, where Miki tries to defend the Devilman on social media and from the lynch mob, but ends up dying to the mob while Akira saves a bunch of lives from a lynch mob.
I think Miki knows deep down, because that's when Akira gets exposed as the Devilman. And I think that Miki knows deep down, no matter what Akira says and no matter how much he denies that is who he is, Miki knows deep down that he is the Devilman. That he truly is. And she, like I said, the Makamara family being the way that they are, I think that she sees past that and accepts him for who he is because she loves him.
Yes.
And I think it's more of like I love you as like my family.
Oh, yeah.
More than like any other way. Because when Miki eventually gets cornered by the mob, she's calling out to Akira the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to pass on. She's trying to pass on the stick,
the
rod to him, because it's now his turn to take over.
Right.
And it's his turn to finish the race, and basically that was showing that it's all up to him now. She's done her part. She humanized Devilman. She tried her best to expose the world to who they are and how they aren't as terrible as people make them seem. And so that was her part, and now she's just signing it off to Akira. And I mean, obviously just the way that she dies is completely awful, and the way that Akira sees her in the end is so sad and tragic.
On everyone's pikes.
No.
Yes, it's so sad.
I also I liked how
everybody there.
I liked how it was basically a parallel episode where they're like Akira is trying to save lives from a lynch mob while Miki is running from a lynch mob.
I thought it was ironic. I was like, wow, that's
ironic.
That's just fucked.
And
I think that the speech that Akira makes to the mob really and also it shows that the children are a lot more
smarter.
They're a lot more understanding, and they're understanding that he means well.
They're more innocent, albeit.
Right and wrong.
Yeah, they're innocent, and so by them taking his side after the speech, I think that was like the humans decided to follow suit.
Yeah.
And realize that they are the monsters.
My bad.
They're realizing that they are becoming the monsters that they are trying to destroy.
Exactly. Yep. And now we come up to the final episode, the ending battle, Akira and Rio, episode 10, titled Crybaby.
Everything's just fucked.
Well,
Let's be real.
The human race has officially been eradicated.
Yeah.
They are extinct.
Yeah.
It's demons and devilmen and...
It's demons versus devilmen, basically.
Yeah. And then the devil.
And then the devil.
Yeah.
And I think that the moment...
The...
I think the moment that Akira and Rio meet and they have their conversation, and that's when Akira realizes that he is Lucifer and, like, he is the devil, I think that is a big moment because Akira is realizing they are on two sides.
Right.
It is not, they're no longer brothers, they're
two separate sides.
They're no longer friends anymore. This is like enemy versus enemy.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I am good, you are bad. Like, and I think it's also something to show that Rio tells Akira, if you try to kill me, I will kill you, you will die. But Akira doesn't step down. He's willing to die to stop Rio.
Yeah.
To show Rio that humans aren't bad and like they aren't completely useless.
Right.
I believe that this episode was like the entire series, not to step over to the next part, but the entire series is a show that the devil that you do have emotions. You aren't a rock.
Right.
Because
Well,
even
like,
at the
I
end,
thought-
yes.
No, I was gonna say, like, I mean, this is completely besides the point. But, like, I thought... Shut up. It's like, I thought, like, when they were, like, gonna fight and shit, like, don't get me wrong, it was dope and everything, but I was like, there needs to be, like, more shit in here, like just more action in it. But I get, like, why they didn't do that, because it would probably take away from the story a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just thought, like, it'd be cooler if there's just, like, okay, this is, like, a two-parter of a one episode.
Yeah.
Just to where,
I think that the battle scene between the Devilmen and the Devils, because there was a point where it was just Akira and Rio, but the Devilmen and the Devils decided to join they started to like join in and they were fighting. I think it would have been nice to see more of that, like just for people
like in
who
the
like
background.
yeah.
for people who like to see the more action packed. I think that would be a good battle to see.
Oh,
Because, like, I'm new to anime and I don't really like
You don't like the story
stuff.
shows that I like.
No, I like more action, fighting,
Dragon
shit like
Ball.
that. Well, but everything else is like, you know, it was good. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it, and I would watch it again, just because it was interesting. But it's like, you know, just try to cater to both sides of the, you know,
oh yeah.
because I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Just to cater
it's like,
to different audiences.
yeah, but I know, like, obviously one, like, each anime is going to be different for each one, but this one was really good because it did have a lot of gore, a lot of fights.
A lot of
You know,
action.
yeah, it was a lot of action.
The story was good. The
Nudity.
story's really good.
Can't get
Yes.
that out of the way, I guess, DP. But, I mean, everything was actually really good. I just wish it, like, at the very end, it wasn't just like, oh, and it's done. It's just like a little bit longer, and it would have been a little bit... I thought it would be a little bit better if it was just a
Yeah.
little bit more action. That's just me.
But I think story-wise, they ended it
Oh, yeah.
very well.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yes.
I really like the ending.
the ending is bittersweet.
Yeah.
I really thought Akira was gonna win.
I was
I knew.
hoping, but I didn't.
I thought...
knew it
I was
was
like,
gonna
yo, he's gonna
happen.
fuck this dude up.
No, I knew it was gonna happen.
Because, like, he fucked up Coda, like when he first charged him and shit, so I was like, oh, he about to fuck everybody up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, gets his arm cut off, legs cut
But
off.
I also think that another thing to note is going back, backtracking a little bit to the fight with Silene, or whatever her name is.
Silene, yeah.
Destroyed her, yo.
He
Both
lost
ways.
an arm in that battle.
Yeah, he didn't come out unscathed.
He struggled with that fight. And so seeing that fight and then knowing that he was going to fight Rio, you almost get the belief that he's not going to survive this.
Right.
Because he struggled
No,
so hard with her.
But you could
Oh, yeah,
also
he
think
almost
that he
died
could
with her.
survive it because he struggled so hard with
I mean,
her.
he was able to die. Like, he could have died, but she did not
She
kill
died.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died.
Well, she didn't have the time to
Which is
kill him.
good.
I think it was also bullshit that she fused with her simp of a.
Can we talk about him? He was simping.
That was
Bro,
I'm still
the
on.
simple levels on that man. Even when you are scarred, you're beautiful. Shut the fuck up, bro.
He literally, she was like, don't you realize that,
I'm just
then I'm going to
use it.
die. And he was like, merge with me. And she goes, I could never do that. And he was like, no, it would be my greatest honor to let you do that.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Okay, but anyways, going to the final episode, the fight scene honestly was, I think it was very well. It was very well put together.
Yeah. Very well animated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the animation. There's nothing bad to say about that. I just wish it was longer. That's just me though.
Yeah.
And then of course the final scene.
I just hate
their last
animes
talk.
though. Like I hate the way some of them end because it's like they still don't show what happens. It's up for imagination.
Right. They leave it kind of on an open note.
Yeah, it's like a cliffhanger, and I'm like, what the fuck? This?
What happens to Rio? Does God reset everything and Rio loses everything?
Right.
It's a restart from scratch.
With the speech that Rio gives Akira at the end when they're laying on the cliff that they met on.
Oh yeah.
That whole scene is very important because if you note, Akira's eyes are open and his mouth is open during the first half of
Alive.
he is alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because then when you look at the end of his speech when he calls his name to see if he was listening, Akira's eyes are closed and his mouth has shut. So Akira was actually alive long enough in the middle of the speech to hear some of the things that Rio was saying and how Rio has been affected by Akira's actions and how, maybe they aren't so bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is a note to know that Akira was actually alive for some of that.
Yeah. Going to the
And
next...
of course, him looking over at Akira and realizing that he's dead and
You dead son of a bitch.
Starts to cry and
feeling
shit.
something for once,
Yep.
He's like
Right.
asking him what this feeling is. He has no clue. It just ends like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I hated that, honestly.
And I also think it's polar opposites. I mean, Akira and Rio are complete opposites. Rio does not feel anything, and Akira feels everything. I mean, he's very emotional, very in touch with his emotions, and not afraid to show his emotions. And Rio has never felt emotions, and so the moment when this person that, he used as a puppet dies, normally you wouldn't feel anything.
Right.
But in that moment, he lost a brother. He lost his best friend. He lost
Yeah.
someone that he loved.
Oh, yeah.
Lost like the only person he
Papa.
truly talked to and like knew growing up.
Yeah, so I mean, like that it actually shows that Rio is not too far gone.
No.
He does feel something.
What was our interpretation of this story? How did we get the meaning of Devilman Crybaby?
I didn't really get the meaning of it. I just knew why it was called Devilman Crybaby.
Devilman's a crybaby. Pussy is.
Yeah, fucking.
No, I thought it was like the whole story is like to show Satan that you're not too different from humans.
I think that the show really like showed how, and you can interpret this into today's world, how people can really act as demons. We do the devil's work. Most of us do the devil's work in our own
Yeah.
without even realizing that we do it.
Yeah, and like
And put
Satan's
into a
not
situation like that, we will always behave
like animals.
demons. Like it is.
Yeah,
It
like,
is. What is it? It's a dog-eat-dog world. You either
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest.
survival of the fittest. It's one of those situations, and I think that showed it very well. That humanity is not.
Fucked.
Humanity is just not what people
not
make it
perfect.
seem.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I feel like if I was in that scenario, like if this was a whole real thing, I would be so screwed. Like I'd be killing people left and right. I'm not even
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
I think I would just sit back on my roof, smoke a few blunts, and then watch the
This
world
is-
go to shit.
And I also think that it also shows that just because you're best friends, just because you love each other, does not mean that you have to follow the same paths.
No,
Yeah.
you can definitely have different ideas.
Yeah.
And a
And I
different
think-
mindset.
I think that shows that no matter what kind of connection you have and no matter how much you love someone, you can always disagree with them and go apart from their beliefs.
Yeah. I think we've all learned that though.
Oh yeah. Now to wrap it all up, what's our ending thoughts and overall opinions on Devilman Crybaby?
I say 10 out of 10. Would recommend for everyone to watch it. I think it's super entertaining.
Oh yeah. Yep, I
What
agree.
about you?
Nova.
What are we talking
Me, I would say
It's our ending thoughts and overall
As someone
opinions.
who's very new to anime.
Someone who's new to anime, I would say I'd put it at 8 out of 10. Just because I feel like
There could be more action.
there could have been more action.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I liked it. It was good. A lot of nudity.
Out of 10,
tits,
what
lot of
would you
violence.
give it?
You're a simple creature, DP, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
But DP, out of 10, what would you give it?
The rating.
A 9 because I actually cried in the 9th episode. Watching that episode, I wasn't expecting to cry. It was probably just because I was like fucking blasted out of my mind watching that shit, that I just started to cry. I was just like, damn. Like they're storming the house, and it's like they're trying their best to defend their this and that.
And I really liked it. As someone who's sort of new to anime, it was a really good watch, especially because it's only 10 episodes. You can pick it up and put it down in like 2-3 hours.
That's the one thing I did like about it is it was
not-
short and sweet.
Yeah, it's
not
short
like
and sweet to
40
the point.
fucking
You
episodes.
don't need another season.
One.
Honestly,
Not
you
like-
don't need another season to it.
You don't
would
need
be
to
cool.
read the manga or
It's
anything.
not
It
like-
would be cool for another season.
It would be
because
nice
it would
to have-
go into detail what happened.
Right,
Like an extra 5 episodes. That's it.
right. But it's
I
not
really
one of
like it.
those that you have to like struggle to get through.
No.
I give it a really good. I give it a 9 out of 10. Oh god. Shut up. Keeping that in there.
Oh, you're definitely keeping it in there.
No, I give it a 9 out of 10. Really solid animation, amazing storytelling. Didn't think, especially after watching episode 1, I would cry at episode 9. But that's just how it happened.
Yeah. episode
Yeah,
9
it
hit
really
hard,
takes
yo.
you on a trip. The first episode opens up and you think it's going to be one thing, and then it completely goes a different direction.
Flips.
Totally.
Alright, that's gonna wrap up this episode
Now it's time
of
for our daily sponsor. No, I'm just
Rain Total Body Fuel. Ready?
Men's
Shadow Legends.
Raid
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
check out my SoundCloud at
I knew it. You
I
can
knew it.
definitely edit that out.
Alright.